Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It is 12 noon, and we are jumping on YouTube to talk a little bit about a new organization that we have started. And oh, wow, we already have 36 people joined. So, as it is just now noon, so as folks are joining, my name is Rita Young, and with me I have Mitzi Prophet. Tell us, before we jump into the business of the day, tell us where you are watching from and what region you're in, if you know the region. So tell us, we'll be able to see and give you a shout out. Welcome, everyone. You'll be able to. So let's see who will be the first brave soul to let us know where they're watching from, what city and what region. Kathy Roberts, you are the first. Tammy, thank you. All right. We've got some region 3 and region 1. All right. Who else do we have watching today? Excellent. Okay. So we're going to wait just another minute or so just to let folks join us, and then we'll get into the business of the day. And by the way, this is a brief meeting, so we will not hold you a long time. We want to just introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about what we've started, and ask for your support, and tell you about some great things that we have planned for year 1. Okay. Wow. Okay. We have Decatur, Alpharetta. All right. Columbus. Hello there, Allison and Bob. Hello. Okay, great. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Again, it is 12:01. We're going to wait one more minute just to allow more folks to jump in. And by the way, this will be on YouTube on our channel. So if you know people that were not able to attend either today at noon or 6 o'clock, they will be able to watch on demand, right? Hello there, Heidi and Faye. Good to see you all. Okay. It is 12:02. This is, oh my goodness, we have lots of folks joining. Feel free to use that chat as well. We are very happy to give you a shout out. All right. So we're going to just jump into the business in hand, and folks are going to continue to join today, or they can watch on demand later. My name is Rita Young, and along with Mitzi Prophet, we have started a new organization, a new association for families that self-direct services. So what do y'all think about that? This has been a long time in the making, almost 3 years, folks. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the background, but continue to join in and continue to let us know where you're watching from. We're very happy that you've joined us today. A little bit about myself, and then I'll let Mitzi introduce herself. Then we'll tell you a little bit about the background of how we got here, and then also what we're planning for year 1. So it'll be nice, short, and sweet today. My name is Rita Young, and I have been working in the field of developmental disabilities for the last 20 or so years, primarily in advocacy, leadership development, and also in stakeholder engagement. I used to organize town halls across the state. You may have gone to one in the past. I also managed and later directed Partners in Policymaking here in Georgia. It's an amazing leadership program for families, as well as directing law enforcement training on the unique needs, a training project on the unique needs of individuals with developmental disabilities. I did that in the nonprofit sector for a while. Then I went out on my own as a project consultant, working on special projects for different organizations, state agencies, and nonprofits. And a couple of years ago, got involved in this project and this association, Participant Directed Advocates of Georgia, organically grew out of that. So we'll tell you about that in a second. I'm also a parent. I've been self-directing. I have 2 adult sons with autism, and we've been self-directing for as soon as it came to Georgia. So maybe 12 years ago, something like that. And I am in the North Fulton area. So that's a little bit about me, and continuing to shout out to folks. Appreciate you, Allison. Thank you so much for the encouragement. And great to see you, Debbie Hibben. Great to see you all. So Mitzi, tell folks a little bit about yourself as well and your amazing background.
So I am Mitzi Prophet, and I live in Brooklet, Georgia. And probably most of you know me from working at Parent to Parent of Georgia for 15 years. I have a son who probably is on this video who has a developmental disability. And hey, Joshua, I saw you pop on here, who does Participant Direct. And I am blessed to join this project because this is my love. Joshua has been Participant Directing since he was 3 years old. And we moved here, and it took us about the same time as Rita. We've been in this probably for about 12 years. So I'm excited about this. This is what I love doing, and I've been working on this project with Rita, and we are excited to start this in Georgia. And we just wanted to really support the families and get to know the families, and this is the best way to do it. So welcome to everyone that's here, and it's good to see people, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to do.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, Mitzi. So about 2.5, almost 3 years now, I started asking the question, what's going to happen when I pass? And some of you actually, I created a 6-week series called The Big Picture, so that some of you have taken about planning for the future. In doing that, I met another dad who was asking the same question. And we were both self-directed families. And he was part of another organization. And I can tell you a little bit about him when you come to our in-person meet and greets as well. So I'll go into more detail when I see you in person. And so we started looking at, is there an answer to this question? What will happen? Those of us who love the self-direct model, it's the only thing we've known. What's going to happen when we are no longer capable or have passed? Who is going to sort of help the next person take this on? And so we have been doing research for the last 2.5, 3 years, and we found that really no state has uncovered the solution to this. So we wanted to create our own. And so one of the main reasons that Participant Direct Advocates of Georgia exists is because we want to continue this work and this research and continue the advocacy to bring a new role to Georgia, to help us, a new service rather, to help us prepare for that when that happens. So we're looking at bringing a new role called Support Broker to Georgia. We'll tell you much more about it when we meet you in our meet and greets in person, and we will find a way to also share that virtually. But that's one of the reasons, the primary reason that we exist, is we are concerned about the sustainability of Participant Direct, and we want to find solutions for that. Okay, so we've had a small work group of families, and several of you are on today. I saw Bob is on, and let's see, Beata is on as well. So thank you, who have been meeting for the last 3 years to learn from other states, to develop our own ideas, to try to see what's possible. So that is our primary purpose for existing. Secondly, and of course, we want to provide families with information, support on the self-direct model as well. So Mitzi and I recently attended the new PD families orientation. And so we're looking for ways to collaborate with DBHDD on participating and being a part of those training sessions and providing the practical knowledge that we have on, how to recruit, how to hire, that this model is doable and the pros for why we do it. And by the way, our primary sponsor in this project, in this effort, is DBHDD. So they have provided the funding so that we can start the project. So I want to thank them publicly. And if you want to do a shout out, if anyone is watching, thank you so much for helping us get this started. We are roughly 3,300 families in Georgia that self-direct. So roughly 3,000 in the Now Comp, and then there's also a small segment in the ICWP. So we have lots of families in Now Comp, but we also don't want to forget our folks with physical disabilities that utilize the ICWP Independent Care Waiver Program. And we want to include them. And so if you know ways that we can include those folks, and we're starting to do that, we want to absolutely invite them to be a part of this association too. So that's a little bit about the background of why we started. So we just didn't pop up overnight, and we wanted to launch at an appropriate time, and we felt that this was the appropriate time. And so we are living in a time of lots of uncertainty, and we hope that this is a hopeful for you and good news. Anything to add to that, Mitzi? All right, so that's our background and what we're planning in year one. We just officially started October 1. And so what you may have received already, our quarterly newsletter. So we'll have news and information for you on Self-Direct and the model. News, of course, relevant news from the state and from other states as well. And I'm going to pop in to the chat, if I can, a link to our mailing list. So if you know of anyone that might want to join, there we go. It's in the mailing list. Awesome. Thank you so much, Allison, for the feedback on the newsletter. We appreciate it. And so the news will be primarily from Georgia, and then we might include some relevant stories from other states as well. And by the way, there are a few other states that do have participant direct associations. And we've met some of those folks. Mitzi and I were just on the phone last week with a group from North Carolina. We know some folks from Maryland, New York, New Jersey, and Ohio as well, and Rhode Island and Pennsylvania. So we've done quite a bit of national networking. We want to do even more to see if other states, just to collaborate and to network and to learn from what other states are doing as well. So that's a little bit about who we've been meeting. We've got the newsletter coming every quarter. We are going to organize regional meet and greets so that you can meet Mitzi and myself in person, and we'll do one in each region this spring. Those will be short events too. They'll be an hour or so that we can really dig deeper into PDAG and what our goal is regarding the support broker, so that you know and can provide your feedback on that role as well. Those will be about, as I mentioned, about an hour long. We'll have refreshments. You're welcome to not only come, but bring your family as well. We would love to meet the individual that you support. And so that's why we're doing in-person events in the community. So go to the one, if you can, that's closest to you. We'll be working with local sets of organizers to put those events on, and we'll be excited to see you in person. And then also towards the end of the summer, we're going to be planning a conference, the first ever participant direct conference in Georgia. So we're real excited about that. Again, that is going to also be in person, and we would love to have you attend that. Most likely, since we are a statewide association, that will be in Macon, and it will be a one-day conference. I know sometimes it's hard for us all to get away, so it will be a conference, say, from maybe 10 to 4 that day in Macon, so we can all get home to our families and perhaps avoid some traffic in getting there as well. So we're so excited about that, and we will. So we'd also want to know from you, what are some of the topics that you would love to hear at that conference? And so we're going to be starting to plan that next month, and you might get a survey from us on the topics that you would like to hear. But we're super excited and hope that you can join us in person for that conference. And then towards the end of the year as well, we're looking at, since there are 3,300 families, we're trying to decide on the most efficient way to provide information to families who have questions, right? So our new families have their own set of, unique needs, et cetera. And our well-seasoned families also have I have questions too, right? So we're looking at the best way to do that since there are so many of us. And then also at the very end of the year, we will be developing and formulating offerings, optional offerings for you if you would like to join as an official member. And that will help with our sustainability as well. So that's a little bit about what we're doing in 15 minutes or so. So what do y'all think? Okay, thank you, Deb. Thank you, Bianca.
So good. Everybody seems to be really excited.
We're really, it's, as I mentioned, it's so great in this time that we're all living in that we have something exciting and helpful and good to talk about. Okay, so Faye, yes, we're looking at everything, but I would ask that you all be patient with us. I mean, we've hit the ground running. So just know that we're doing a lot of networking with other organizations, people from out of state. Oh, and by the way, we will be presenting at the Applied Self-Direction Conference, and that's a national conference. It's virtual, so if you would like to participate, we'll send you that link in our next newsletter. We're going to be on a panel presenting with some folks from Maryland and New York on this idea of sustainability. What happens when we pass? What can we have in place? All right. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Okay. Thank you, Heidi. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So yes, thank you, DBHDD. That is the sponsor of this project. Can't reiterate that enough. And by the way, they have been attending our meetings for the last 2.5, almost 3 years, as well as the Department of Community Health too. So this is a collaborative effort. Okay, folks. Thank you, Tina. Tina is our board chair. Thank you so much for your support. If there are any other board members that I have, I'm going to, just in case, that have not identified themselves. Okay, I think I caught everyone. All right, folks. So be looking for an announcement of our in-person meet and greet events. Deb, excellent. We would welcome you to see the presentation in April. We will send out registration. It's free. You can absolutely do that. No problem. And so we'll do that in March. And then also you'll be getting an invitation to come to one of our in-person meet and greets as well. And you'll hear more about that support broker role that we've been discussing. So thank you all so much for coming on today. And we wish you all the very best. We'll be repeating this at 6 o'clock if you know of anyone else who would like to see, and we will absolutely be in touch. So thank you so much for being here.
That's
and
right.
for your support.
Yep. Thank you. Everybody have a good day.
All righty. Take care. Bye-bye. I told you it was going to be short. Have a good one. Bye-bye.